With the advent of Battle Rank 120, I have been recalled to the Vanu Legions, and thus I have been mandated by Mother Vanu herself to complete outstanding Auraxiums. Today, I did just that, eclipsing another Auraxium chapter, quite literally. This is my post-Auraxium review of the Eclipse VE3A, the reward for completing the Vanu Carbine directive. It has a slightly above average fire rate, average damage, average muzzle velocity, average hipfire, and decent aim down sight accuracy or recoil control. It kicks slightly up and to the right, which is very easy to control, and doesn't have too much horizontal randomness. If you have used the Vanu default carbine, the Solstice VE3, this weapon will feel very familiar to you. It is a jack of all trades, which feels tight to use, but is not a monster close or long range. The underbarrel pump action can however stand in as a close quarters menace. I am though missing the most important and scientifically fabulous aspect of the weapon. It has the Vanu heat mechanic. Rather than primitively using physical bullets like an NC or TR heathen, this weapon draws upon Vanu's essence itself to charge itself back up again. Whilst technically still having 30 bullets in the magazine if you hold that trigger down, the same as the Solstice V3, if you squint at the minuscule charge bar, you could theoretically never overheat, shoot forever, and never need to reload. However, realistically, that isn't going to happen, unless someone dedicates their life to being conservative with energy. Hippie. But either way, this weapon's huge advantage is that it takes a dump on the engineer class, boasting the ability to never go near an ammunition box again. Firing wildly at anything that takes your fancy is a legitimate tactic. You could even shoot at heavily armoured tanks you know you can't damage, because why the hell not? You aren't going to run out of bullets. There is some interesting maths with the recharge mechanic though. Normally, weapons have a fixed long reload speed, which means when you use up all the ammo and then reload. The short reload is when you reload before all the magazine is spent, and these are both fixed values. And you can still reload with the Eclipse in the same way. The short reload is 1.65 seconds and the long reload is 2.28 seconds. However, if you manage the charge on the weapon, it takes shorter to return to a full clip or zero heat. So around a third of the bar filled, it only takes around 0.7 seconds, over half the time it would normally take with most other carbines for a short reload, which is quite a notable advantage if you can manage the heat. However, that does scale up and gets longer as you go towards the red in the bar. And this way you can partially reload the weapon, waiting however long you think is necessary for the plasma required to vaporize a target of your choosing. Realistically though, this massively doesn't come into play. The times it is most useful is in close to medium ranges, where this weapon is still effective, and you are going against multiple enemies and you need to go from target to target without letting them gather their wits. Or if you're doing around the world around a rock or building with an enemy player, and you're able to reload much quicker than them after firing at each other's shadows. In long ranges, the weapon lacking a forward grip and high velocity ammunition feels as if it falls short, and not just metaphorically. But because you have unlimited ammunition, you will find yourself saying, why the hell not, and giving it a try anyway. I think in my footage this part may be misleading, as whilst this weapon made me into a wasteful laser slinger, it was this fact that meant I got some longer range kills, and not necessarily because the weapon is good for it. And to add, for the most part I used the 1x red dot scope to match the close to medium ranges I used it at. The underbarrel shotgun came most into play when I had already spent my ammo and I was about to have a long reload, and I wanted something quick either as a last ditch save or a finisher. It's actually quite funny the amount of tells I've had calling me a shitter for using it. People are less thrilled though when I tell them it is in fact a carbine. The parameters do not compute for most, causing dangerous tears in the space-time continuum. The underbarrel shotgun is also good on light assault, going around tight corners, climbing walls when somebody may be directly above, to get that quick and fairly cheeky kill. I feel the weapon is extra specially suited to a light assault. You often fly up to secluded places without ammo boxes, and this means you don't have to come back down a mountain just to resupply. So solo players, get your asses into gear and grind this loner's royal jelly now. Whereas, what the hell is the point of using this weapon on an engineer? You can just put an ammo box down and have unlimited ammunition anyway. Onto the aesthetics, or the vanity aspect. It does look a little like a plastic toy, splattered by Vanu mucus, and the model is the cookie cutter look of the Solstice, but for me, not a deal breaker. Like all Auraxium weapons though, it does put you at a slight disadvantage, by being more visible to the enemy faction. A grotesque purple beacon the enemy will want to snub out. In conclusion, I feel that the Eclipse, whilst having these advantages, unless used to its full potential, may actually handicap a lot of players. The Eclipse is a weapon that you can't really relax with. You need to manage the heat, think about the shotgun to compensate for the lack of attachment options. If someone wants to chill and shoot planetmans after a hard day at work, or you're in lazy mode, then this most likely isn't the weapon for you. If you want to be GI Vanu Floaty McGee, then this can really work out on the light assault. But as mentioned before, as an engineer, why take this weapon when you have unlimited ammunition anyway? But hey ho, anyone can get behind unlimited Holy Vanu Plasma. Anyway, it looks like I was about the 350th person to Auraxium this weapon. What are everyone else's thoughts on it? I hope you enjoyed the video, and like, comment, subscribe if you did, as it helps a lot. Until next time everybody, Joshino.